Charleston White, you are the biggest, you aren't even worth the fucking dirt on my shoe. You are not worth the scum that gets clogged in the fucking drain that we hate to clean. You are not worth my tires when there's no tread. You are not worth the sperm that came together to create your ass. Welcome to another episode of the That's Scary with Meloney P podcast. I am your girl, Meloney P. Listen, today has been an absolute day. We have a new president endorsement from President Biden. He has dropped out of the race, and here comes Kamala Harris, boo, to save the day. Now, listen, I'm not going to trip. I really was nervous. I'm not going to lie. I was kind of nervous when they said that Kamala was going to be taking the place of President Biden. And the reasons why was because this election is such an important election, and we're at such a sensitive time. I just think about myself, my children, the nation, and Project 2025, and I get very, very nervous. But then I had a conversation with my brother, and he kind of spoke to me and made me, kind of have that same energy that I had when it came to Barack Obama. I think that two things can be true at the same time. I think that we can definitely be cautious, be fearful, not because, Kamala Harris is not a good, overqualified candidate. At the end of the day, she's running against a convicted felon. So there's that, right? But we know the state we live in. The state we live in, the country we live in. I was on TikTok earlier today, right after this happened. And I'm going to put the TikToker's name right here, because he was a young Caucasian male, and he had, he was very much pro Biden, very much pro Kamala Harris. And he had a white woman on, his show, going live, saying basically that she would vote for Trump no matter what. He gave this white lady, who had a crying baby in the background, he gave her all of the, reasons why she shouldn't vote for Trump, all of the policies that he's messed up, all of the policies that the Democratic Party has, put in place to help people like her. And no matter what, even with SA and grape and things like that, she still did not care. She was very much pro-Trump. And when you have people like that out there who will vote for Trump by any means necessary, right? And then I think about Barack Obama and all of the scrutiny that he went through, provide your birth certificate, this, that, and the third, just the horrible, horrible experience that he had on the onset of him running for presidency. And he's a man. So then I think about Black woman, minority, she has all these things that some would say go against her. And I think about just some of my experiences that I've had, and I just think about the workplace. Because I got a lot of white friends who I'm really cool with, but then I think about those toxic, psychotic white women that I've experienced in corporate America, and it makes me very, very nervous. Some women and, some Americans, because I just hate to bring in like this race thing, but it's the thing. It's unfortunately a thing. And you have some people who would rather vote for a felon, someone who talks about grabbing them in the pussy, than vote for a Black woman. You have some people who would rather vote for Biden because he's a white man versus voting for a Black woman. And that's what scares me. All of that being said, I talked to my brother, who's very, very much into politics, and he kind of just reminded me like, hey, we can't go into this with this negativity. She can do it, blah, blah, blah. And hands down, if anybody can do it, a Black woman can. And so now I'm not on the fear energy. I'm on the pro Kamala Harris Democratic Party energy. I guess my concern just comes from, anything negative or, you know, like, here's the thing. She has been endorsed by Biden a couple of hours ago, and the crazy shit that I have heard on the internet, I do not feel like I heard these things to this extent even with Barack Obama. And that is what scares me. So let me say, number one, Kamala 2024, I'm all for it. She has my vote. And I personally, as a black woman in America with black daughters, I will do personally everything that I can do to back Kamala 2024. Now, when it comes to the buffoonery, right, that I have seen thus far on Instagram, and, you know, I was telling my friend about it. Like, she was like, don't even give it any opinion. Don't even give it any energy. But coon of the coons, Charleston White, this cross-eyed, buck-toothed, hideous gremlin walking the earth, had the most disgusting things to say about Kamala Harris. I'm going to play it right here. Charleston White, you are the biggest, you aren't even worth the fucking dirt on my shoe. You are not worth the scum that gets clogged in the fucking drain that we hate to clean. You are not worth my tires when there's no tread. You are not worth the sperm that came together to create your ass. You are a waste of space, and I don't care. I don't care. For you to sit there, you know, I get it. I totally get it. Pandering to, you know, the internet, trying to get your check, this, that, and the third. We get it. We get that there are trolls out there. But for you to call yourself a black man, and that's the only time I will call you MAN, because you are not that. For your idiocracy to spew out of your mouth talking against a black woman, you are a buffoon. You are a coon. For you to call this woman a black bitch, the potential first, you know, black female president candidate that we've ever had, correction, not candidate, but the potential first black female president that we could have, because we have had a black woman run before. For you, here's the thing. Why even open your mouth to say anything? There's 1,000 things that you could joke on. There's 1,000 things that you could give your coonery talk on. But this right here, you should have said it out. You should have said it out. To say that you would rather be a slave than have a black woman as a president, I vote for you to be the first slave in 2024. Honestly, because you are a slave. You're a slave mentally. You're a slave physically. You're a slave in the mind. You are just a waste. And I'm sorry. Like, you are a fucking waste. For you to call her a black bitch, for you to call her a hoe, for you to say that black women, you would never want to, you know, be in any country that's led by a black woman. Are you fucking kidding me? Are you kidding me? Like, you are. I always like to compare people like you to Samuel L. Jackson's character on Django Unchained, but you got him beat. You got him beat. You are the scum of the earth, period, point blank. You know, making comments about her husband's race. Now, all I ever be seeing you talk about is, you know, white women and non-black women or whatever. But this woman has a white husband who's standing beside her, and that's all you can think about? Calling her a mixed bitch, saying that if she was fucking a black man, then maybe she would have your vote. Your vote, your life, your breath is all a waste at the end of the day. It's disgusting. A mixed breed. You are the coon. You are a coon. And right there behind you is the queen of the coons, Candace Owens. You know, I'm all for people having an opinion. But I just feel like in certain cases, shut the fuck up. Like, sometimes you ain't got to say nothing. And you, Candace Owens, are trying so freaking hard to rub the black off your face so you can appear in this world as a white woman. And it's not going to work. What do you have against Kamala Harris? Why are you saying that she slept her way to the top? Like, girl, you and Kamala Harris got a whole lot in common. Both of y'all got white husbands. At the end of the day, like, it's just disgusting for you to open your mouth to once again talk negatively about someone who is trying to move the black community a little bit further. And here's the thing, because I don't want this to be a black thing. I don't want this to be a white thing. This is an everybody thing. We need Kamala Harris in that seat in November. We do not need Trump in that seat in November. And here's the thing, God forbid, this is what I was thinking when that white woman was on TikTok talking about voting for Trump. This white guy gave her so many facts about what the Democratic Party and what Biden specifically has done. He also gave her so many facts negatively about Trump, right? A lot of stuff that I won't say just for fear of not getting monetized, right? But a lot of facts that you can Google yourself. And all I thought about is hearing that baby cry in the background. You are probably a white woman in a trailer somewhere on Medicaid, and you are the exact people, the exact demographic that Trump called an idiot years ago. You will not benefit from having Trump in office because he don't fuck with people who are poor, period, point blank. So it just blows my mind. And one of the things that the white kid who was young, he was very young and very he was knowledgeable. He only spoke facts, and that lady could not say anything but just stupid cult-like banter. And, hearing him educate this woman and hearing her steadily go Trump, MAGA 2024, it's just like, girl, Trump and the Republican Party don't fuck with the poor. And I know, looking at this lady's profile, she is the poor. Now, I was on just looking at some of the things, and I did screenshot it, and I'm going to put these screenshots on the screen because we need to know these people who have these outlandish, strong views for Trump. So under a post on Instagram, someone said, NPARIKH33 said, he just handed the election to Trump. Harris will only get votes for being a woman and a minority. I don't know what her stand on education or healthcare is. She sounds terrible. Another person, her name is Travel W Tina, and I'm going to put everything on the screen. Who in their right or left mind could possibly think she, meaning Kamala Harris, could run a country, much less listen to word salads all day? Okay. It's crazy to me. And there's so many people like that who have this kind of, comments and that they're proudly putting under these posts. But what I want us to do, because I don't feel like the white community or white social Instagram people are going to be putting people like Charleston White as a post. Maybe they will. But just like I said about Amber Rose, the shade rooms, the Hollywood unlocks, the, whatever, stop putting these idiots as a post. Stop spreading the coonery coming out of a cross-eyed little skinny bitch ass man. Don't put his comments up there. He can't even see you. He can't even see you. You can't even see Kamala. So you don't even know who she's sleeping with at the end of the day. Like, shut your mouth. You are a waste. And I'm not giving him no more energy. At the end of the day, I'm definitely here for Kamala 2024. I think that she has a great opportunity to change this country for the better. I think that she has a great opportunity to get some of those voters who are undecided. I think that she has a great opportunity just to change the whole trajectory of this nation. Because right now, if Trump gets elected, I'm very much afraid for the world at this point. I'm afraid to live under a dictator. I'm afraid to live under someone who puts themselves first versus putting the country first. I mean, at the end of the day, I don't think Kamala Harris has been on any kind of reality TV. She's a scholar. She, when you compare her to Trump, she's overqualified. When you compare her to Trump, she's overqualified. If a felon can run, a black woman should get the freaking presidency for 2024. People are laughing at Biden. People were laughing at Biden, and I really feel like he really gave us a really selfless act. I will say that I really wish he would have done this a lot sooner, because my concern was, and still is that, you are putting the Democratic Party at risk by only giving them this small amount of time to win over these voters. One thing that Kamala has that is great is her age and her youth. I truly don't think that Donald Trump can last another 4 years. Shit, he's 80. He'll be 80 plus in 4 years. You know what I'm saying? So it's time for some fresh, young energy. I'm really excited to see who her running mate is going to be. In my humble opinion, I've heard a lot of different names thrown out there. I don't think that we should have a double whammy, right? And by that, I mean, I heard someone say that there's another person, I can't think of the name, that is a part of the LGBT community that would be a really good, he's a senator, I can't think of his name, but he would be a good running mate. There's another woman that they're saying would be a good running mate, and I don't know if we want to push it that much. I honestly think that having a younger white male as her vice president will help soften, I guess, the unease, if you will, of certain voters who look at her as a black woman only versus looking at her and her career and her tenure and her expertise, and her education and her experience. So I don't know if I'm here for a double woman whammy, because at the end of the day, it has nothing to do with that. For me, it has to do with winning. And whatever we have to do to win and get some momentum, I think we should definitely do. So at the end of the day, Kamala 2024, and for all y'all talking about Biden and him moving slow and all that kind of stuff, y'all ain't walking, y'all ain't moving y'all bodies, y'all sitting there ordering DoorDash, and y'all gonna be in the same position as Biden, or probably worse. Okay, let's keep it a buck. But anyway, Kamala 2024, I'm going to do whatever I can to support the movement, to support and endorse myself. Kamala 2024, let me know your comments below. I am so excited and a little bit nervous, but I'm very excited for these next couple of months. And I saw a white woman actually put in the comments, like, hey, what can I do? Like, what can I do to help support the Kamala 2024 initiative in her party? And I'm like, I'm so inspired by that. And I really hope that this is a situation where, you had evil winning, and now good is going to come and crush evil. I'm hoping and praying that is how this story is going to go. I feel confident. I really do. I honestly really feel confident in Kamala's ability to win this election. I really feel confident. And I feel confident in her ability to not only win the election, but bridge Americans together. Because here's the thing. Donald Trump is really 1 foot out the door, of life, the door of life, and once he's gone, I just pray that him and his negative energy and his, January 6th and his insurrectionist team, I hope that he leaves, and with him leaves the people who follow him with a negative energy and with negative wishes for Americans and for the country. So at the end of the day, again, Kamala 2024, and I will see you in the next episode.